This is Kevin Mayo, and we're going to drink some Green Flash Palate Wrecker. This has come up a couple of times lately. I had a friend text me the other night. He's in a bar. He was drinking this. I think he had it on draft. I've seen a couple of reviews on it recently. It's just been all over the place. And today was a snow day here in Connecticut. I've been out shoveling about 4 times. My back's starting to kill me. So I figured a little 9.5% ABV beer would be a good drink for tonight to kind of relax all those muscles and stuff like that. I've had a few Green Flash beers. I've had the West Coast IPA to Le Freak, and I had their special Citra that I liked a lot. So they're obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, they're known as a West Coast IPA, so it should be very bitter. I mean, with a name like Palate Wrecker, we'll see. Let's go ahead and give it a crack. We'll use a little Sierra Nevada bottle opener somebody got me. And we'll give it a nice pour here. And I can already smell citrus coming up off of this. And it's highly carbonated. I've got to give it a real gentle pour. It'll just flow over the sides here. It's a very typical orange IPA. I got a solid 2 fingers of head on it. Fair amount of carbonation. I would call it a tan head off white head. Very tight bubbles. And again, it's streaming bubbles up it. See if we can get a little light on this for you. Let's go ahead and do the aroma. A big, massive orange. Piney, piney, piney. I do get a hint of the alcohol. Just a hint of the malt underneath. Grapefruit. Grass. Not sure. They don't tell you too much about it on the bottle or on their website. Just that it was originally brewed for the Hamilton's Tavern 2nd anniversary celebration in its most complicated West Coast inspired IPA that we've ever brewed. They do mashing and sparging with hopped wort in addition to hop layering regimen for the IPA. So it's something that they did specialty. Now they've actually bottled it and they're selling it around the world. We've been talking enough. Let's do some drinking. Oh. Yeah, they're not kidding. This is a hop bomb. If you're after the hops, this is what you want. And I got a nice hint of pineapple. The very first taste I got was pineapple. Grapefruit, just bitter. I mean, it's just bitter in the back of your throat. Really, really. And that's part of the issue. And I've heard a few other reviewers talk about this recently. We start chasing, I call it chasing the hop. You start out, we all started out. I mean, I started writing a series of a blog post about lagers. That's because that's what we all grew up with, at least in this country. We all grew up on lagers. I mean, Budweiser, they still make enough Budweiser to float an ocean liner every year. But you start tasting these things, and next thing you know, you're going into more and more IPAs and double IPAs, and you just start chasing the hops. If you haven't got to that point yet, do not try this beer. You will hate this beer. But if you have been chasing a hop, you're going to love this beer. It's all hops. I mean, there was just some grass. There's a little bit of malt, but it's definitely an unbalanced IPA. This is going big time West Coast all the way. I said grapefruit, mango, orange. It's all in there. It's drying at the end. It does have a fair amount of, I get a fair amount of resin on the tongue. Not as bad as some other beers. Can't even imagine what the IBUs on this. It's got to be, if that's not 100, it's right up near there. So, what we have is a big, overhopped, unbalanced West Coast IPA. Massive hops, grapefruit flavors, piney flavors, pineapple, a little bit of grass, and massive bitterness. It basically is just what is advertised. It's exactly what it is. What you've asked for is what you got. Score-wise, I know this gets a huge score on like rate beer, and for what it is, give it a huge score. Is it a world-class beer? Probably not. Only because to me it's not approachable for everybody. I mean, my wife was talking the other day on that she actually enjoyed Hetty Topper a little bit, and she doesn't like hoppy beers at all. So she would hate this beer. I'm still going to give it a 93 out of 100. It's a great, great, great West Coast or double IPA, double West Coast IPA, West Coast double IPA. So great job, Green Flash. Keep it up and keep drinking.